In the upper left-hand corner, next to your username, you can select the user menu by clicking the arrow for the drop-down menu. You can view your account, company, help, or log out. When viewing your account, you can see all the information pertinent to the user that's currently logged in. You can also change your password from this page. You can edit the information by simply clicking the pencil icon in the upper right-hand corner, and you can change the name displayed as well as the email. You are unable to change the username from this location. Usernames cannot be changed in the software. A new account must be created, and we'll show you how to do that as well. You can view the company, and this is going to show all the users for this company, as well as the email, username, roles, if they're enabled or disabled, and give you the option to delete or edit their information. Accounts will have an Apereo transfer utility account. This is simply used to upload the flight data, and the role of ATU will not give any user access to do anything within the account besides upload data. They simply see no information, and this is designed so the credentials can be provided to remote locations, and they'll have the appropriate ATU credentials so they can upload flight data from that location. If I wanted to take a look at Joe McFlight Analyst, I can simply click. It's going to give me all the information as if I was Joe McFlight Analyst and logged in and click to view my own account. I'm also able to disable or edit their information from this location. Let's say Joe has been promoted and we want to make him an administrator of this account. I can simply select the edit button, and I have all of the permissions listed below. If I wanted to make changes to his account, I can edit the fields or I can change the roles. We have several pre-selected roles, such as company administrator, which will select all permissions, executive level manager, which will provide very limited permissions, primarily designed to generate reports but not be able to edit any information, and ATU and mechanic. Mechanic and ATU are largely the same, again providing very little access to the information. So in this case, we're going to remove those roles. We're going to select company administrator, and you can see the permissions that this allows. If you wish to modify this, you can select or deselect any of the permissions that are appropriate. Once you have the proper permissions selected, select update, and now that information has been added. Go back to users, and you can see Joe is now listed as a company administrator. You may disable an account if somebody has left your organization or has been on extended leave. You can also delete the account if they're no longer with you and you'd like to remove their credentials altogether. You can also add new users by simply clicking the add button, just as we did with the modification. You'll input the necessary information, select the roles, and then modify any of the permissions that aren't already selected by default for that role. When you add a new user, it's automatically going to generate an email and send that to them with the temporary password that you've selected. So for these passwords, you can just input something generic, as that user will have to immediately update that password the first time they log in. And that information will be emailed directly to them. When they select the link, everything will auto-populate for them. Going back to the company page, some organizations will see child companies listed below. This is if you have multiple organizations under one parent company. So let's say, for example, you have an offshore oil operator, you have a VIP jet charter service, and a firefighting organization. You may only want each organization to see information pertinent to their operations, but as the parent company, you want to be able to see all data from all organizations. You can create these child companies where they're only able to see their specific information, but as the parent company, you can consolidate all of that together. Just like when adding an account, you can add a child company, input the necessary information, and create. Please note that this will create 2 accounts for that child company. One account is going to be the administrator of that account, and by default, a an Apario Transfer Utility account will also be created and emailed to the same email address as the administrator. And that way they can have an Apario Transfer Utility credentials that are going to upload directly to that account. We'll look at the account I've already created, which is example company number 2. You can disable or enable them at any time, and you can also impersonate. When you impersonate, it brings you into their account just as if it was yours that you logged into, and you can work with the data and do the various tasks within that account. To get out of their account, simply click Stop Impersonation at the top, and it will bring you back to your latest page. If you do not have child companies listed below your users and you would like to have that added, simply contact us at support@apario.com and we can enable that option for you. Going back to the menu, you can also log out. If you have any questions, please contact us at support@apario.com and we're happy to help.